Hey everybody, I am Robin Callan with Room Fu in Austin, Texas. I am chatting with Kevin Grace today, star of Design 6, right? Design
Design
6,
Star 6, yeah, season
Design
6.
Star. And we're going to talk about this season of Design Star All Stars. So, my first question to you, Kevin, is what did you think about last night? I have opposing views to the judges. What did you think of the rooms?
Um, first I'll start off by saying I thought the concept of redoing a sitcom room like Facts of Life was brilliant. I was a little jealous that I wasn't part of that.
Right?
Uh, and then, to have, Natalie there was, oh, it was great. But the rooms themselves, okay. Hillary and Dan's room was really bright and colorful, and it was good. I liked it. I just don't know if it was the perfect setting for an all-girls school room, study area. There was a lot going on, but I loved everything in it. I just don't know if it was the right thing for the show. And then Leslie and Tom, their room was definitely, in my opinion, more suited for the school environment, but it was very sort of neutral and beige and had a lot of accessories. A
Yes.
lot.
Yeah, I thought that Hillary and Dan also had a lot of accessories, but they were styled so cleanly.
Yeah, they were. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I loved the distribution of color. But I loved that. I thought that Leslie's and Tom's was so boring. Just as a viewer, was pretty boring.
Well, it just reminded me of a space that Blair and Trudy and Natalie and Joe would have like grown up and stayed in. I don't know if it was right for a new batch of girls. On the same token, Hillary and Dan's was almost too sex in the city for me. So I think there could have been a really good sort of middle ground that we didn't see. But all in all, I think both rooms were good. I just, I felt like I would be sitting with Carrie Bradshaw having a cocktail over in the more modern Dan Hillary room. But I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, right? So would you have sent Dan home last night?
Um, so that's a tough question. I knew you were going to ask that. Dan has had a really good run. Dan is really good to watch, and he's very creative. Um, I love a pop of color. You know I do. And I would have done an orange wall and would have gotten blasted like I have before. So I give him total props for doing the green wall. However, David came in and specifically said, change that wall. And you know that he's got some inkling about what's going to happen, what's going on. I mean, come on, it is television, reality TV. And that to me was the smart decision that Leslie and Tom did, which I think saved them. And I think that's why he went home. So I think if I had to send somebody home, I would have also sent Dan home just based on the fact that he got the sort of the plug to like go and do it differently, change it up a little bit, and he didn't. I love that he stuck to his guns, but his guns sent him home.
Yeah. So with this challenge would have been right up your alley. What do you think you would have done besides the orange
Oh,
wall?
oh. um, wow. Well, the first thing I would have done is I definitely would have made sure that there was enough space for some roller skating to go on. Because listen, whether it was Tootie from 1984 or Little Kitty from 2012, you got to have some roller skating space. So I love that Leslie brought out the roller skates. Um, you know, I probably would have, in this day and age, I think I would have definitely stick to the brighter colors like Dan and Hillary did. Um, but I think that I would have made sure there was more studying space because there was just in both rooms a lot of stuff everywhere. I love that Hillary came up with a computer space,
Yeah.
but like Leslie and Tom's space, I mean, where do you study? There were things everywhere.
Right.
I mean, where do you put a book down? So I think I would have tried to make sure that there was more areas to really sit down and study and open up your laptop or open up a book. Although I don't know who's using books anymore. So
Right. So uh, you worked with Kelly Clements, who was also in the cast for All Stars. I was sort of shocked to see her go home in the first episode, and also pretty shocked to see the comment that she made to Hillary about Hillary being a freshman at the senior prom. Is that indicative of Kelly's personality that we didn't get a chance to see the first time around, or was that some sort of anomaly?
I think, I'll start off with the comment part. I was sort of shocked to hear that. That's not how Kelly is. Kelly is a real sweetheart. So I was a little shocked by that. But I also think it was probably a shock for all of them joining meeting up in All Stars and seeing a person from the newest show up. I think that, it took them a little time to swallow that, because we've all sort of lived through the experience, the afterlife of the experience. Hillary hadn't yet, and I think that that's maybe where that came from. I know it came off as being a little catty or malicious, but I'm sure that was not her intention. She is really a sweetheart. Now, as far as her going home first, I was shocked. I like all 6 of the designers that they brought on, but although I love Sparkle Josh's personality, I probably would have sent him home first. But, I have a little place in my heart for Kelly, so.
Yeah. So what is that afterlife? Life after Design Star?
It's, it's a little surreal. It's totally cool. It's great when people come up to you in the store or, just out on the street and love the show. It's funny how many people will tell you, you were my favorite, and you weren't their favorite. They just don't know what else to say. So they're like, I loved you the best. Like, that's nice to hear. You probably didn't, but thank you for saying that. But it's also really opened up so many doors and so many opportunities, which I know others have said to you as well, too. It really has. So it's been so cool.
That's good. So I want to ask you about the room that you're sitting in, because the stripes are very intriguing. I totally love them. And this giraffe head that's sort of poking its head over your shoulder. Where are you?
I am in a client's house. This is one of the projects we just finished on. It's for a 13-year-old girl's bedroom. She wanted something fun and tropical and cool. So we actually ended up hand painting each one of those stripes because the tape was bleeding like crazy. Wow. So 2 days later, the wall was done. And then, I saw this giraffe head and I thought, how unusual of this crazy stripe. So there it landed, but it's a really cool room. Any 13-year-old girl or 13-year-old boy would probably like a room like this. It's cool. So this is where I'm at.
Awesome. And I know you've been doing a lot of hosting, television hosting. What are you doing with that?
Well, I sort of, with the design stuff, because I started my own design company, KevinGraceDesign.com. I also have been doing a lot of media work here in Chicago. So I go out with a camera crew and I interview celebrities that are in town, the fashion shows, the art exhibits, movie premieres, anything that's sort of hot and happening in Chicago, I'm there.
Awesome. That seems to suit you really well.
Well, you were the one who said in one of your blogs that you thought I was better at hosting than maybe design. So I'm doing a little of both.
Excellent. Well, I'm totally digging this room that you're in. I would love to see more of that. And I so appreciate you talking to us about this season and all the stuff that you've been doing since. It's been fun to watch you evolve, and I really appreciate you being here today.
Well, thanks for having me. And I got to tell you, you are hysterical. I love reading your blogs. I would read you every week, even if it wasn't something very positive about me. I still laughed my ass off. You are hysterical. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that. So y'all should come back next week. We're going to speak to Matt Locke and Jason Champion after the finale wraps, and you can see that all here at Food for Thought at roomfood.com/blog. So thanks again, Kevin.
Thank you.